Today is September 18th. Morning is a Monday. It is 8:40 something a.m. I went to bed at 10:57-ish p.m. last night. Got some good sleep. Woke up at 6:45 and immediately snoozed my alarm to grab about another hour and 15 minutes of sleep. Today, I am looking out the window. Just saw a couple go by, a rather large, heavyset man and his presumed wife and or daughter-in-law with a baby carriage. It is a jaw-dropping day outside, not a single cloud, except for maybe in the distance, leaving a beautiful white to deep blue gradient. All the grass, bushes, and greenery outside is unbelievably vibrant, as it had rained the previous day and now it is as sunny as can be. It is a truly beautiful Monday morning outside. Hope you all are also having a wonderful Monday morning as well. Last night I recorded the first episode and created the channel, not uploading the first episode. I'll be uploading these two side by side. I hope that this channel will never take off, will be a comfort to some, be a legend to none, and I hope it dies off as quietly as it starts. Not in a pessimistic or a downer kind of way. I like when things are small, because things seem to be blown so out of proportion nowadays that it is nice to enjoy the little things in life for when they do last. I won't record every day. I feel like that might be a tad overkill, and also in fear that one day I may run out of things to say on that day. If and when it ever comes, will be very, not sad, but very frightening to me, as I've always had something to say about anything. And if I don't know what to one day, it might be a bit scary. But life is scary, and it's not going to stop, including all the scary stuff. And bad days keep the world turning. Past week, I was scheduled to get a lot of animation work done on my project, a lot of drawing animation work done on my project. The first few days, I kind of put it off. I was balancing the creative work between cleaning and maintaining my room, which as of late, I have been an attempt to be taking better care of. It used to be very drab and almost just servant completely of the fact that I work here and nothing else, which was kind of an awesome mindset. I've been shedding it as of recent, now knowing that this house will be the house that I may not spend the rest of my life in, but I will come back to when I die. I have been making the conscious effort to take better care of the things that I own, cherish the things that I own more, and make my environment one that I could easily be jealous of if I were not to be a part of it. Not to show up anybody else, but to try to impress myself. And it has been the most expensive thing I have ever embarked on. Today, I have an Amazon package or two coming in. I believe I have an Electric Light Orchestra poster. I'm not sure its validity of its genuineness. I believe it's a reprint, but it is a very ideal looking poster. One that I was looking for is a concert poster for, I believe, September 17th something to September 24th something. In some odd year, I believe 1978. Very beautiful poster. Has the iconic ELO ship on the front. I love that album. However, I love their album Time even more. Electric Light Orchestra Time is a wonderful album. It's brought me to tears before. Absolutely fantastic indeed. They do have a poster, not of that album, but one akin to it. It has a very similar color scheme with this kind of deep drab blue and a washed out. I call it a Simpsons house pink because their house is like a very beige kind of pink, and it's that same kind of pink. That is coming in today, along with a few other items I ordered. I've been trying to, side note, I've been trying to take control of what I order on Amazon as I'm looking not to save money, but just to use my money a little bit more wisely and responsibly. And I figured the only outcome of me using my money more wisely and responsibly would be my savings account to grow. And while that might be true, I got to thinking the other day how almost perfect of a situation I'm already in. I don't have so little money to where if something bad happened, I wouldn't be able to handle it. I have just enough money perpetually saved up that if something bad were to come my way, I would have just enough to get myself out of it and recuperate, replan, and get myself reoriented back on the road to success. But I also don't have so much money to the point where I feel that I would always be at risk of losing it. I've never been in that situation before, but I've heard many people before say that when they have a lot of money, everybody's so jealous of them, but they say it's actually a nightmare because they're constantly worried of losing it. They're constantly worried of getting robbed. They're constantly worried of many things, many of which I do not want to be a part of. Money issues have never really been my problem, and more in the sense that I work hard, save up money, that is, and I guess kind of don't think about it when it comes time to buy groceries, when it comes time to pay rent. Not to make myself sound more above anybody else, I work at a grocery store just like everybody else does. Work at a job I don't like, with people, with some people I respect, with some people I despise, but I will keep my mouth shut. We're all in the same struggle here today. I just don't happen to live in a unbelievably expensive state. And I know a lot of people right now are having trouble getting a job. And to you, I wish you my best of luck and hope that the world can throw you a bone one of these days, because I've seen many people who are ready to jump back into work and give employers their all, and the employers don't want it based off of one little scuff on a background check, which I think is unbelievably unfair. How are you supposed to be rehabilitated into this world and made into a better and more honest functioning member of society when you are not given a chance on yourself to redeem what you once were? I think that is just awful. It is the world that we live in. Not to say that every single opportunity will be brought down because of something on your record, but to those who are experiencing that issue, I wish you the best of luck, because I know it's hard out there, and I know a lot of people will not be willing to share sympathy or compassion with you based off of what you did, which I don't want to know what you did. I just want to give you some blind good kudos your way to take with you on your journey and trying to figure out what this journey's about. What this journey should be about, though, is what's in my Amazon packages. I tend to get off track very easily. My apologies. Along with the Electric Light Orchestra poster, today I have coming in a trumpet mute. I was looking for a practice mute. Instead, I found a performance mute, which is fine by me. Practice mute is one that makes your trumpet sound almost whisper quiet. And if you don't know what a trumpet mute is, it's a little cup that you stick in the bell end of the trumpet to mute the sound. And I think I have pretty good isolation in my room, but I prefer my sound to be quiet. I feel like I could play louder then, and I sound better when I play louder. Just like people sound better when they sing louder, and why it's more impressive to sing quietly, I believe. Got a performance one, however, which means my sound won't be completely muted, but it will take a lot of the edge off, which is what I was hoping. I am looking, I played trumpet for 7 years from middle school to high school, and I quit because I did not like the environment that of the band that I was in, of the band class that I was in, the band environment that my band teacher advertised to me to represent the world of music. It was not my particular cup of tea, and I did not enjoy it. So straight out of high school, I dropped the trumpet for over a year without even thinking about it. I have picked it up again recently, uh, to fuel and indulge my newfound fascination and appreciation with Chet Baker, his wonderful, wonderful music, wonderful, wonderful trumpet sound, very laid back. Not something I'm wishing to replicate, but something I'm wishing to replicate the feeling of, not the exact product, just the way it makes me feel. Just a nice laid back kind of sound, or maybe a nice proud kind of sound with a nice laid back tune. Uh, just something I'd like to do once again. I've also had a daydreams about the perfect movie I would like to make. I'm making a movie right now, but it's not the movie anymore that I'd like to make because I took too damn long. So I have to finish it up before I can make more things that I want to now. But the perfect movie I would like to make would be a silly western. It would be a live action 2D animated hybrid of a western. The main actor would be live action. The main villain would be live action. A lot of the side characters would be live action, but a lot of the side characters would be silly cartoon characters in cowboy hats. And the main character's sidekick would be a small alien. The alien would teach him how to be silly and more fun. The main character would teach the alien how to be more grounded and serious because they were both looking to do that. The main character was looking to take an edge off of himself because his family didn't like how seriously he took everything. I'm scratching my wrist, and I apologize if it's making a weird noise. By the way, the fan's on in this episode. Please let me know whether you prefer the audio quality of the last episode or this episode, because I will not be editing audio quality in post. The second that I am done recording this, I drop it into a video editor, and then I am done. So no editing. Any audio editing tips that you have in the comments, I would greatly appreciate to read them. However, they will not be applied to this episode as I do not care. Oh yeah, anyways, the movie was going to end with the little alien dying, the little snot-nosed little alien dying. And he'll say something along the lines of, maybe I do need to be more serious, but I don't gotta change me to be better, or something like that. And then little cowboy guy be on his knees and will be crying. By the way, the villain, he's gonna want the town, obviously, but I want to give him like a big, giant Transformers-looking blaster in one of his hands, like comically sized. And it's not like a gun that shoots out bullets. It's like a cannon that shoots out one giant comical missile. And he's revving it up the entire movie. So when he shoots it at the protagonist, it's literally been revving up for like weeks and weeks on end. So it's kind of like a payoff of a small joke, but it also makes it more badass. And I want the main character to say, "You don't scare." No, it's gonna be like a cool trumpet solo, and that's why another reason why I wanted to indulge the trumpet, where it goes, you know what I mean? You've heard the Rango soundtrack. You've heard Tombstone. You've heard The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You've heard it. But he'll kind of look up and he'll say, "I'm not gonna hurt you." And go, and then a little dun dun. "I'm not gonna kill you. Dun dun. I'm just gonna beat you." Dun, dun. And then he'll shoot the big missile, and the main character will quick fire a bullet, and it'll go straight through the middle of the missile. There will be a tiny hole at the very tip of the missile, and the bullet will go straight through it, and it'll be a cool POV shot of the bullet going through the missile. There'll be a bunch of comical gears and spindles and pistons, and it'll blow up. And those are the core ideas of the movie right now. Very excited one day to make it. Very excited to, and if you're thinking about stealing the idea, now that it's recorded, it is my copyright, so that's all I have to say about that. Looking at you, Bob Iger. Try to make another Chip and Dale, but with a better concept. What do you guys think of the Chip and Dale movie? I wasn't a huge fan of it. I appreciated of what it tried to be, but because it didn't follow through all the way with it, it wasn't able to reach its full potential. I think that movie would have easily been an 8 or a 9 out of 10 if they had just followed through with the 2D animation and didn't try to do the 3D for 2D, or if they made a joke about how they were 3D trying to look 2D. That would have worked, but the fact that the movie was so focused on animation and cartoons and meta humor, but they didn't indulge or mention that, really was distracting to me. And it wouldn't have been, I could have just turned off my mind, but I was looking at the entire goddamn movie because the main character was a weird 3D, 2D hybrid to try to save on money. So I figured if they either actually 2D animated those characters, which it was only one, so it couldn't have been insanely hard, or, well, there wasn't only one, but there was like one the entire movie. I'm saying you have an animated movie. You go through all the effort with the lawyers to get a reference to every single thing on the entire planet, but you can't 2D animate your character. You can only 2D animate like 4 or 5 of the background extras. Alright, I suppose. Also, the puppet was CGI. The cheese guy puppet was CGI when it didn't need to be. They could have just made that a real puppet. There was like nothing that he did in the entire movie that warranted him being CGI. Maybe moving up his eyebrows, but magnets, and also Jim Henson. So I don't know what to tell you. Movie for me sits at about a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. I appreciate what it's trying to be, but it doesn't follow through. I hope you guys, however, were able to get more enjoyment out of it than I was. Because just because I didn't enjoy something, I want you guys to enjoy it still. The other two things that are coming in the Amazon package today is a... Oh shit, what is coming in the Amazon package today? There is a 3-pack of posters. A very bizarre 3-pack. There's 2 Van Gogh paintings and then just a poster of the Kawakami wave. It's the 2 Van Gogh paintings where it's like one of a skeleton with a cigarette, which goes really, really hard. I have a friend on the popular messaging site Discord where their profile picture is of that image. So when I get it and I hang it up on my wall, I will send a image macro of that to them. I haven't talked to them in a while. I haven't talked to anybody in Discord in a while. My dog died recently, so I've been taking a break from it. Also to hopefully step away from it to get some more work done in the movie. So when the poster comes in and I hang it up, I will send a picture to them and then I'll immediately close it, as I like to do. I like to send a message or two to catch people up, and then before they can even respond, I'll just force quit it and I'll read the notification later. That's my cup of tea. The other poster in the 3-pack looks to just be like a blue guy kind of hunched over playing the guitar. I don't know how to describe that one. I mean, I guess I just did, but he's like crisscross applesauce and his little acoustic guitar. That one looks really cool. And the Kanagawa, I'm sorry, I said the Kawakami. That's a Persona 5 character. The Kanagawa wave. 3 very good posters. I don't know what they have to do with each other. I'm sorry. I grouped the 2 paintings together, saying that they were both by Van Gogh, but no, only the skeleton is by Van Gogh, and the guitarist guy is by Pablo Picasso. I would like to apologize for that. They were very similar in style. By similar in style, I mean they were both painted, and you could see the paint blobs. That actually makes a lot more sense. It was a lot weirder to have 2 images by the same guy and then just like a random thing from across the world, even if they look cool. But now I get it. It's like a little. It's like it's almost like a mini gallery of art. You know what I wonder? They usually have. Nope. I was gonna say they usually have a color section where you could choose between different packs of posters, and there's not. There's just those 3. It's uploaded by things at the Palace Learning Store. Looks like it's filled with a bunch of maps for kindergarten and pre-K, along with multiplication tables for the wall. You could tell the more colorful they are for the younger class they are, and the more realistic and washed out colored they are, the more they're for just like kids who don't give a shit, because they're not going to look at them as much. A lot of anatomy posters, fitness posters, art posters. Wow, they could sell all posters here. Vintage posters. What does that mean? Let's find out what vintage posters mean. Oh, flowers and shit. Okay, I get it. Anyways, last thing in the Amazon package today is Tokyo Storefronts, the artwork of, and I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, but I'm also going to spell it out so you can correct me. Mateus Urban Waux. I don't understand. Mateusz space Urbanowicz. Now I feel bad about mispronouncing that name because I actually know this book because it's from a YouTuber that I used to watch. A YouTuber that would do the most breathtaking, wonderful, vibrant watercolor paintings. I remember I saw his one of his videos very first because it was of a subway. It was for like his book or like a cartoon that he was working on forever. It was like of a guy waiting for like a yellow subway or something like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I still follow him. I think he uploads less and less and less. I know that he writes on a weird old piece of 90s technology where it's like a little like pocket PDA typewriter type thing. And I remember watching him looking at all these beautiful Japanese storefronts. I'm trying to really indulge in the beauty of buildings and environments. And one country that really gets the look of buildings right is Japan, because they don't build their buildings too tall to where it's just all scaffolding and windows. But their buildings aren't too short to where like it's not like buildings here that are short or boring, but it's like we already get the gist here. It's either a house or it's like those weird buildings in New Orleans where they're like all nice and decorative, but like that's about it. The rest of them are just kind of boxes. When it comes to Japan though, they're all very tall and narrow because they're supposed to be shoved right up next to each other. So almost all buildings look very modular with each other, and I really like that aesthetic of just like a door and then like you wouldn't call it an ottoman, you call it like a little hangover thing, like a little porch patio roof, and then like a window and then like a bunch of air conditioners. Like I love that look. I love it, love it, love it. And I am excited to pick up this book, look at a bunch of wonderful reference, and just get to cracking. uh I have been last night at least I drew a many a pinups in a program. People would call it a game. I call it a program because I really do see it as a program called Such Art on Steam. If you have never heard of it, but if you are into drawing to any degree, if you like to doodle, please pick up that game. It is only $23. It is a absolute joy to play with. I bought it and played with it for about 30-40 minutes after playing the free version, which there is a free version that you could play perpetually forever, but you can't save your artwork in it. You can only take pictures of it, but in this version you could save your artwork. I remember playing for 30-40 minutes being like, this is okay, it's just a nicer, bigger studio because you're painting with actual paint in like a virtual studio. And I was like, this is nice, but I'm not feeling it. And then every single minute that I was like, I think I'm going to refund this, I kept finding more and more things, and then that went on for about 2 hours. So for 2 hours, I just kept second guessing myself and then realizing there was more wonderful things to explore. More tools, more paint types, more just wonderful little things. And for the past week or two, excuse me, by the way, for the past week or two, I have just been having an absolute joy painting in it. And last night I drew a few pinups. I'm not sure if I could put them on screen. Well, I can put them on screen, but I don't think I will. Or maybe they already are. I haven't decided how I want to do the backgrounds for these videos yet. I think I just want to take most of the things that I talked about, put them in a collage, and then call it a day. So you can kind of glance at it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to put these in, though, depending on how lewd they are. But I drew 2 pinups last night. They were very fun. I drew one of a bunch of pill people kind of lusting over what should be a penis, but it's actually a syringe. So it's a bunch of women with pill heads, and it's instead of a penis that they're all like gawking around, it's like a syringe. And I thought that was cool. or at least a cool idea, a cooler one than I could pull off. So that'll be. I'll have my balls. I'll put it on screen. Um, and then the other one was like just like a one of like Princess Peach, because if you do pinups, you gotta do Princess Peach. I feel. I don't think I'll put that one up on screen. I think that one's a little too. Actually, no, I'm not gonna put either of them up on screen. You can close your eyes and imagine them. I'm very proud of those poses. Drawing pinups for me isn't like such like a horny thing. It's just like a fun thing. And I know that sounds like somebody trying to cover up the fact that they're like addicted to pornography, or like they have some sort of infatuation. It's like, oh yeah, sure, man. But I really do. I really do. I'll draw those poses and it'll be fun. And I won't even be rocking a semi, I swear. It's like a lot of fun. If you are of age and you wish to draw the naked form, pinup poses are very fun. They're very interesting to draw. They teach you a lot about shapes and like the big silhouettes that you want to focus on. I've been trying to get touched more with my anatomy side as of late. So that helps me a lot. As I said last episode, I like to reference other artists' work. When I say other artists' work, I mean like old draftsman artists, not so much Twitter artists or Tumblr artists or Deviant artists. I do enjoy their art though, but it's not so much about uh, that as it is about getting the basic idea of what's going on, because you could translate all the raw information to your own kind of style and your own kind of appeal, but I can't really transform anybody else's appeal into my own. I just be stealing their appeal, which is nothing wrong with stealing. You know, we all say steal like an artist. Walking around now, that's why you could hear the fan a bit clearer. I don't know. About 27 minutes right now. I want to think strongly about what I'm going to do today. I really do truly want to be productive, but my problem is when I try to be productive, I will open up everything that I need to be productive, like a drawing program or a music program or something or other, and then I'll just, excuse me. Excuse me. Bless me. I'll always open up everything I need to be productive, and then instead of being productive, because I won't want to be productive that day, I'll just kind of stare at it and not do anything. And I can't have that. I mean, I could have that, but I'd rather not. I was stuck in that rut for a while, a 6 or 8 month period, where I just didn't do any work on that movie, which sucks because I really want to get it done before I'm 20, and I'm about to be 20. And fucked me up a little bit. In recent weeks, I've been able to course correct and get a lot of work done. I'm just scared that I'm about to fall off into that cycle again, because it really feels like I'm about to. But I guess there's nothing wrong with taking my time. I already have everything I need to complete the movie. I just wish it was done quicker, because I feel like if this is my ticket out of here, and out of here I mean like out of working in a grocery store, right? Because this is what we all want. We all want to not be working our jobs and be closer, at the very least, to doing what we want to be doing more. And if this is my ticket out of here, I want it as quick as possible, so when an opportunity arises, I already have it ready. But I don't think I can rush myself anymore. But I also don't think I could be teasing or talking about it anymore. So I don't know. I know I'm not unhappy, but I have been happier. And when this movie is done, I will be very much happier. Not much happier, so much as relieved and have more freedom, or I'll be giving myself more freedom to do more things that I wish to do. So that will be nice. Even if the movie isn't a success. And it doesn't have to be a success for me to be happy, I don't think. I think I'll just be satisfied once it's done. And if people don't want to see it, if people hate it, if people don't like it whatsoever, I think I'll be okay with that. I think I'll be fine. Along with those Amazon packages today, I received a CD case, CD essential, absolutely essential. It says on the cover, CD case of Chris Barber, a wonderful trombone player I hear. I've never heard a single one of his songs before. I bought it on a whim because it was unbelievably cheap, and everybody in the reviews said it was very good, and they also all bought it on a whim. So I was like, I'll be like them, and I bought it. I think I'll listen to that today, maybe at one point or another. Maybe not. Maybe I will. I'm not too sure. I want to get some animating done today, and I think I'll vacuum as well. Most likely, I'll have a bowl of Cheetos. We have bologna in there. I think I'll make a sandwich. I'll take a cup of coffee today around noon. I need a cup of coffee to work, but I don't need it in the morning. Sometimes, if I have it too late, I'll actually feel drowsier after a cup of coffee. I wonder what the reasoning behind that is. I'll only have one a day. I have Simpsons playing in my DVD player. I'm trying to decide whether I would like to watch 90 Day Fiancé on HBO Max, now known as Max. I've been getting into 90 Day Fiancé, the UK, because I like to pretend, because their accents are a little bit different and the settings that they are completely different. I like to pretend that they're both alien shape-shifting to look like humans so that they don't freak me out. And then I just like to tweak at it. I am not a drug addict, by the way. I'll either watch that or I'll continue watching The Simpsons. I am blowing through season 2 right now, most of the episodes along with audio commentary, and I hope that next time I record an episode of whatever this is, that I will have a decent and or sizable review of season 2, because one of the things I want to do here is review an album memory video and then something from my wonderful shelf of media every video. And right now, my little Old Spice deodorant just fell over. Right now on my shelf, I have... Actually, do me a favor, if you made it this far. I'm going to list off what I have on my shelf in terms of movies and shows, and I want you to tell me what you want to see a review for first. We have The Simpsons complete seasons 1 through 5, all of them. We have, for Studio Ghibli, we have Ponyo, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, seen them all. We have the complete series of Cowboy Bebop, haven't seen it yet. Fooly Cooley, have seen it all. Nerdland, have seen it all. If you don't know what that movie is, it's a wonderful movie and I would love to review it. Jaws, have seen it. Be Kind Rewind, starring Jack Black and Def Moise. How do I spell his name? Mostef. Mosdef. Right under it says Danny Glover, so I don't know how to... Anyways, wonderful movie too. I'd love to review that one. Night of Short Walk on Girl, seen that, it's wonderful. Tokyo Godfather, seen that, it's wonderful. Tatami Galaxy, seen that, it's wonderful. My Neighbor Totoro, seen that, it's wonderful. We have the complete Avatar series. I have not seen that. I would be very interested in too. That's why I bought it, because I really do want to watch it one of these days. I saw snippets of it as a kid and was very interested, but I never got to finish it because we didn't have cable. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I do not have Afterlife yet. I'll talk about my thoughts on Afterlife in another video. But I do have 1 and 2. They're the same box set that I grew up with. And I will stand 2 until the day I die. I know people do not like 2. I unironically, genuinely like 2. I don't like it because it's so bad it's a good movie. I like it because I think it's a great movie. And with that, if Ghostbusters 1 is a 10 out of 10, Ghostbusters 2 is a 9 out of 10. No competition. I'm being very serious. And to finish it off, we have Alf Season 1 and 2. So please tell me in the comments what you guys would like me to review, and I will see you all next time.